Have you ever sat beside your husband and felt completely alone? Not because he was absent, not because you were fighting, not because your marriage was falling apart, but because somewhere along the way you stopped feeling seen. You stopped feeling heard. You stopped feeling understood. And the hardest part, nobody notices. You still smile, you still cook, you still take care of the children, you still show up every day. Yet inside, there is a loneliness that words struggle to explain. Today we're talking about the silent loneliness many married women carry, and why so many suffer in silence while everyone around them assumes everything is fine. If this conversation resonates with you, stay until the end because we're also going to talk about how healing begins. When people hear the word lonely, they often imagine someone sitting alone in an empty house. But some of the loneliest women are married. They share a bed. They share a home. They share responsibilities. Yet emotionally, they feel miles apart from their partner. This kind of loneliness is confusing because you constantly question yourself. Why do I feel this way? My husband is here. We're still together. So why do I feel so empty? The answer is simple. Human beings do not only need physical presence, we need emotional connection. We need to feel valued. We need to feel understood. And when those needs go unmet for months or years, loneliness quietly settles into the heart. Most women don't wake up one day feeling lonely. It happens gradually. One conversation at a time. One disappointment at a time. One ignored feeling at a time. Maybe she tried expressing her emotions. Maybe she tried explaining what she needed. Maybe she tried asking for more connection. But over time, she stopped trying. Not because she didn't care, because she became tired. Tired of repeating herself. Tired of feeling unheard. Tired of feeling like her emotional needs were a burden. So she begins keeping things to herself. She stops sharing as much. She stops expecting understanding. She learns to survive emotionally on her own. And that's where the loneliness begins to grow, not in the absence of love, but in the absence of connection. One of the most painful realities is that many lonely women become experts at hiding it. They laugh. They post family photos. They attend church. They show up for birthdays. They celebrate anniversaries. From the outside, everything looks perfect. But behind closed doors, they feel emotionally exhausted. Because carrying loneliness while pretending you're okay is heavy, very heavy. Some women have become so used to carrying everyone else's needs that they've forgotten what it feels like to have someone care deeply about theirs. They become the caretaker, the listener, the peacemaker, the problem solver. Yet nobody asks, "How are you doing?" And when nobody asks long enough, a woman can start feeling invisible. Many people assume lonely wives want grand gestures, expensive gifts, luxury vacations, fancy surprises. But often that's not what they miss. They miss being noticed, being appreciated, being understood. They miss meaningful conversations. The kind that go beyond bills, children, chores, and responsibilities. They miss feeling emotionally safe. They miss feeling chosen. They miss feeling important. Sometimes all a woman wants is for her husband to genuinely ask, "How is your heart today?" And actually listen to the answer, not fix it, not dismiss it, not rush it. Just listen, because feeling understood is one of the deepest forms of intimacy. Loneliness doesn't always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like emotional numbness. Sometimes it looks like irritability. Sometimes it looks like withdrawal. A woman who has carried loneliness for years may stop expressing her needs altogether. She may stop dreaming, stop hoping, stop expecting. Not because she doesn't care, because disappointment has become familiar. Over time, loneliness can affect confidence, self-worth, emotional health, and even the way she sees herself. She starts asking questions like, "Am I asking for too much? Am I the problem? Maybe this is just how marriage is." But emotional connection is not asking for too much. Feeling valued is not asking for too much. Wanting to be understood is not asking for too much. These are human needs. If you are a woman carrying this silent loneliness today, here's something important to remember. Ignoring it won't make it disappear. Pretending you're fine won't heal it. Healing begins with honesty. Honesty with yourself. Honesty about what you're feeling. Honesty about what you need. Sometimes healing starts with a conversation. Sometimes it starts with counseling. Sometimes it starts with rebuilding your own emotional well-being. And sometimes it begins by simply admitting, I've been hurting for a long time. You don't have to carry every burden alone. You deserve support. You deserve connection. You deserve relationships where your heart matters too. The silent loneliness many married women carry is real, and because it's invisible, it often goes unnoticed. But just because nobody sees it doesn't mean it isn't there. If you are carrying this loneliness today, know this. Your feelings matter, your voice matters, your heart matters, and your emotional needs matter. You were never meant to simply survive your marriage. You were meant to experience connection, understanding, and love. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who may need to hear it. And in the comments, answer this question. What is one thing you wish more people understood about loneliness in marriage? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more conversations about marriage, emotional healing, and building healthier relationships. Until next time, take care of your heart.